So welcome to this BlazeMeter Did You Know session. We're going to look at how BlazeMeter can be used to generate test data in certain date time formats. This can be very important when you need to test your application, which is going to use different formats such as day, month, day, year, and all the different combinations. So let's jump straight into the demonstration. So here we are in BlazeMeter. We've already created our test and uploaded our JMX that contains the reference to the CSV files. We've already got the data models assigned, as you can see here, and we're going to add a new parameter to our data definition. So let's add our data example here. Now, if we look at the functions for date time, one of them here allows you to take a date or date time sequence and then change the format. And we can do that, as you can see at the bottom here, by modifying how we want to output this date time. So if I paste this into our example and we just preview it, so we've got the 1st 2020. Now if I choose to change this order, perhaps I'm going to say I actually want the year to be first and then the day and the month. We then preview that. And we've now changed that format. We could even change things like the delimiters. So instead of slashes, we want dashes. Now this is great if you've got a single date. We can also use a CSV file to load an example of dates and times we want to work with. So let's upload a CSV file to our test. So this is a CSV file I've already prepared, and we upload this to the test. You can now see it's part of our test definition. We can also take the CSV file and consume it as part of our data model. So if I click the plus button, we can say attach from test configuration. This will show you all the CSV files that are attached to the test. Here's the one we just uploaded. It's now attached to our data model. If I scroll down, we'll see it at the bottom here. Now we can view this. If I click the edit button, we can view the contents of that CSV file. So as you can see here, we've got a range of dates that I've included in my CSV file. We can now take the CSV file and include it in our example. So if I just copy the name of this parameter, the date, and we edit that example we created. So instead of having a hard-coded value, we put in the parameter for the CSV file column. And if I now look at our example, we're going to have 10 rows. If I scroll to the right-hand side, as you can see, that's the contents of the CSV file. And this is the corresponding example. This is the transformation. So if I want to change this to have day, month, year, all I need to do is come back to here, edit this and say we want day, month, year. Perhaps we can use a slash instead of the dash. We go back to our examples. And as you now see, that's the CSV file, and we've now transformed this into the format we need. So we can modify this to be whatever we need for our test. We can also go one step further, and instead of using hard-coded values, we can use a function like now. And what this means is at runtime, we will take the date time the test is executing and use that. So if I now look at our example again, what we'll now see is we've now got today's date. So as I said, we can include this in our test, and in the execution time, we'll pick up the current date the test is run, which allows us to create a dynamic value for this date time field. So as you just saw, it's very easy for BlazeMeter to generate these date time formats and the ability to change that as required for your applications. So for more details on BlazeMeter, please visit blazemeter.com, where you'll find some videos, blogs, and also our BlazeMeter University, where there's lots of free courses. Thank you.